Hi, students. How are you doing? Welcome to NIRC. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. Saying that black sacrifice is needed to change America is like telling me that I have to call my people out to come out and do what they know how to do best. And I am going to ask you, you personally knew that black sacrifice, it has been changing America. It has done a lot for America. What have you that has received that sacrifice? What have you been able to do for black people? How many times have you pulled up on black people when they say that they are in need? How many times have you seen that they are crying over something? You pull up and help them. What have you done for black people? If you look from the history, you definitely will see them helping literally everybody. When I am just going to say Asians, but when we start talking about each country in Asia, you definitely will understand how great that they have done for everybody. Latinos, white people, like a little the European Americans, because they also have been saving them. What have you done for these people? You all are ready to come out to gaslight me. Will you still be my friend? No, black people do not want to be your friend. We need black people to make it. Black people are not coming out. That energy that they are going to put in for people that do not care about them, they absolutely will put that energy into their community because their community is also going through a lot. You all are not seeing all the booking they've been putting black people. I do not see anybody coming up to speak on their behalf. But when it is time to tell black people that they are the ones causing all the problem going on with the Latinos, Mexican, and all that, you all will have the strength to come out and speak it. You know what? Go out and speak for yourself. Black people are fighting for themselves. Let's get into this.
After the April 5th protest and its poor performance, I am 100% convinced that the only way this country can change is by black sacrifice. Think about it, each time that this country has went through a critical change in society is always because of the sacrifice of black people. The 13 colonies wouldn't have won the Revolutionary War if it wasn't for the help of the French and the promise to give African slaves their freedom. Civil War, self-explanatory. Hundreds of thousands of Africans signed up to join the Union Army to liberate their family and friends from slavery. The creation of the Triple K after the Union soldiers was removed from the South. This caused an unprecedented bloodbath and genocide amongst black people. Throughout the years, millions of black people were unalived by their reign. Some was even forced and put back into slavery. Nat Turner's revolt in 1831, a slave rebellion striking fear all across Virginia, furthering restrictions on enslaved people. Nat Turner's revolt in 1831, a slave rebellion striking fear all across Virginia and the hearts of those slave leaders. And that's one of the reasons why the black population of Virginia is so massive, especially to this day. It's because Nat Turner's and those slave rebellions that spread all across Virginia was fighting for their freedom. The Reconstruction of 1865, the 14th Amendment that grants every person equal protection under the law. The 15th Amendment granting African American men the right to vote, and even then thousands of men had to die in order to keep and receive that amendment in the first place. Once again, like I said before, the only reason why this country was able to change in the first place was because of black sacrifice and black blood. What's next? The NAACP was founded in 1909 in order to help black people fight for civil rights. Harlem Renaissance in 1920, a flourishing of African-American art and literature all over Harlem. Great Migration from 1916 through 1970, millions of African-Americans fled to the north from the south, which is one of the reasons why so many northern states and cities are so prosperable to this day. That includes the West as well. Because let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, the West was also considered a neutral and or a northern state during the Civil War. African-Americans in World War II. Need I say it anymore? African Americans during the Vietnam War. Need I say it anymore? Black people were not just heroes towards each other, but to other people of color residing in the United States and to the world around us. Millions upon millions of black people sacrificed our blood for this country, to the change for this country, but not just for the country, but to the world as well. The Philippines, Vietnam, Mexico, Canada, Thailand, China, South Korea, Japan, France, England, Germany, the list goes on. Black people fought for freedom and equality all over the country and the world. And we did all of that without asking for nothing in return. And what do we get in return? Nothing. Not a damn thing in the end. Every person of color who's walking around with their freedom, their rights, and the right to own a business and say whatever the hell they want, they able to have that because of us. And yet they look at us with such disdain in their hearts. 2020, the reason why we made so much progress is because black blood was spilled. And here we are again, 2025, after April 5th, the reason why nothing is being done or nothing is being changed, why there's no news coverage, why there's no battle scars or any of these white protesters, is because black blood was not spilled. It's because no black person was sacrificed. Now here they are at these protests, making bouncy houses, having cookouts, selling t-shirts, and putting it on their vlog for content. People are treating these protests like it's a goddamn festival. So I'll say this one more time. This country will not change without black blood or sacrifice. That has to stop. That has to change. They need to make the change for themselves. And if they don't, their country will fall. And us black people, we will come out on top and we will migrate where we feel belong, where we are loved, where we are welcomed. We've been fighting for far too long. And when we try to tell you to not vote for this orange cracker, you still did it anyway. Now, so many white people who voted for this man are now regretting it, switching sides, especially those self-hating black people like Candace Owens, saying we made a mistake and now we need to unite and be better. Like we didn't try to tell you that the first time. Now, here we are again in 2025, black people and other people of color, including fucking Asians and women, are getting their rights taken away. That's how it works, doesn't it? Without black sacrifice, this country will not spin or change. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, the April 5th protest was absolutely meaningless, pointless. That's all I have to say on the matter. It's Onyx, and I'm gone.
Would you be my friend? That's the video that I just saw scrolling through my For You page. And it is of this white man who's wearing a baseball cap. And he is staring earnestly into the camera. And the first thing he says is, to all the black people, Mexican, and people of other races, would you be my friend? If I approached you in the park and started talking to you, would you be my friend? Then he goes on to say, I am so sorry for what my ancestors did. Now, I didn't do it, but I know what my ancestors did hurt you. Please get the fuck out of here. First of all, hell no, I would not be your friend. And I do not recommend that you see a black person out in public that you do not know and go up to them. Those kind of videos, and I didn't stitch it because I do not want to give that kind of content any boost in numbers and viewership at all. But it really does just infuriate me, the fact that white people still do that. Would you be my friend? I love all races. You know, that's a different iteration of I don't see color. And after the election, all of the white people on social media, let's just take TikTok. I voted for Kamala. I'm not like those other white people. Let me tell you something. It's performative. There's that word. And it is also disingenuous. First of all, how are black people supposed to know you love black people and everybody of all races? We cannot tell that just by looking at you. And those of us who do have common sense, in a sense of self-preservation, we're not just going to take you at face value. If I walk up to you in the park and started talking to you, would you be my friend? Hell no. I will back up and keep minding my business and keep it moving. This nation continues to let collectively black people know that it doesn't care anything about us. Last November 5th was another resounding message to the black community. I'm black, so I'm just going to keep it to my community. And all of this hand wringing because you all are trying to assuage white guilt. You all need to be doing some hard work in dismantling white supremacy and taking a stroll through downtown corridors on a Saturday holding up signs and chanting. It's not going to do it. And see you all go in that voting booth and you vote to uphold white supremacy that harms black people and everybody else that does not look like you, so that you can keep the racial caste system that is in operation in this country that benefits you and disadvantages black people and everybody else. You working actively to dismantle that system is how you show black people that you love all races and that you want to be friends. Get out of here with that crap. Would you be my friend? No, we wouldn't.
White people, come to the front. This comment is the one. We've been discussing when it's appropriate for white people to critique black public figures. The answer is never. The answer is very, very rarely, sparingly, far and few between. And there has been so much pushback from white people especially, because I said that white people in general, y'all need to just keep black people's names out your mouth. And this person commented, knowing to stay in your lane is a big part of the work. And they are so right. As white people, that is part of your work, your unpacking of your inherent racism that you've been conditioned and programmed with since you were a child. That is part of the work. It's not just acknowledging my white privilege. It's not just reading some books. It's not just reading Zimmerman's True History of America. Lies my history teacher told me. It's this. Knowing your motherfucking place. Knowing when to stay in your motherfucking lane. Knowing what your lane is in the first place. That is a huge part of your work. If you get triggered by black people and other non-white people setting boundaries, saying, guess what? This is not your lane. You don't have a right to speak on this. We're not interested in your critiques of our people. If you find yourself as a white person feeling reactive to that, feeling like, no, I should be able to critique whomever I want, especially if they're a political figure and all the mental gymnastics of why you should be able to have an opinion on black people and be able to say that opinion out loud, and you're just so frustrated. You see that energy? That's how some of y'all motherfuckers are in my comment. I got so many comments like, you're not the boss. You don't make the rules. Grown people in my comments saying, I don't make the rules. And this is so indicative of white people's culture that says that white people have the right to everything. Everything. There is no boundaries for white people. White people have the right to comment on anything. They have the right to go anywhere. They have the right to question you. It's this false sense of authority that whiteness imbues to white people. And anytime black people say, hey, guess what? You don't have that authority around here. We're setting a boundary. We're telling you to keep our motherfucking names out your motherfucking mouths. Anytime black people do that, that's when you see white people get up in arms, because in their minds, in their heart, they have a right. They are entitled to everything on this planet, every conversation, every perspective. They have the right to interject themselves everywhere. They become petulant toddlers whom you've told can no longer have any cookies. They get upset and they throw a fit and they break the cookie jar. But if you are a white person who is sincere about doing the work, about growing, about unpacking
This is
your
all I
inherent
got from
racism.
this video. And one thing I want to say is that the last stitch really described it all. In reverse were the case. They've been saying only black people can save this country. Only black people can do this. What have you done for that black people that have been saving the country? What have you done for them? What will you do for them? Or they will just come and keep saving you, and then you go. Come back in the next how many years, you come back again, and you continue what? No, black people will not be your friend. Black people will not save anything. That energy that they are going to channel on you people that do not care about them, let them channel it on themselves. Yes. I've been saying it's okay to hold grudges. It is okay to put yourself first. Because if you don't put yourself first, nobody will. Black people have been, you all have been chopping them all this while, all these years. And you all will still have the nerves to come out and ask, are you going to trust you? Will you be your friend for what? Be your friend for what? No, they will not. They are not going to be your friend. Like, you all remember the protest that happened. We all know that there was nothing great about the protest. I am not going to say that people that came out did not do well. You all did well. But what, see, when you are looking for change, and it was like that, it was that like you all were going to, it was like that because black people did not pull up. Because they did not come out to do what they have been doing, how they know how to save everybody. They've been saving everybody. Still, nobody cared about them. The Asians, the Latinos, you people too, the white. You all do not care. Nobody cares. It's only when it is your problem that you care. When it is black people's problem, it is their problem. They have literally done it for everybody. So what are you people doing for them? What have you done for them? The only thing they asked you people in November was to come out. So you all can, everybody can collectively do the right thing. You people still failed. And you all have the nerves to come out to say it's only black people that can change that can make things happen. The black sacrifice is needed to change America. It is needed to change America. Why? Because you are the one that need it more. Now, do not get me wrong. When I say, I know what is going on right now is hitting everybody back, left or right. We know that. I am not going to deny that my people are also feeling it. But they knew it was going to happen. They prepared their mind ahead of time. You all did not know. Why? Because you thought it was going to start with my people, because all the wildest years it's been starting with them. It has always been starting with them. And you all thought it was also going to start with them, but it started with you people. Because tell me how people that are looking for change when and what they want to complain about was that their child were bored, they did advancing castle, they should sing song and all that. All these things were happening because people that look like me did not pull up. You all came out like people that life is all well with, like there was nothing going on, that some people are not being kidnapped on the street, that some people are not losing their jobs, like that some people are not being pulled, that some people are not being taken to some places that they know nothing about, that some people are not being deported. You all came out like people that their life were all going. I just wanted to hit the street and see themselves. That was what happened that day. But sincerely speaking, if this table turned, will you still sit down and say that this is the America that you dream of? Bye for now.